The crowd favorite Check Your Sources ugly sweater, shirt, and mug design is back on the shop for a limited time only. Go to shop.mamadrjones.com to get yours today. If you want to get it before the holidays, order soon. The shipping deadline is coming up really quickly this week. You can use code MDJFriends for free shipping in the continental US through December 8th. And I will see you in just a second for the video.
Hey y'all, welcome back. I'm Mama Dr. Jones, a board certified OBGYN in Montfort, and this video is just a little life update. You all really enjoyed learning a little bit more about how my life works when I did the Hawaii video, so I wanted to give an update because it's been a little while and there's been lots of changes. The biggest one being we're moving to New Zealand. Let's jump into the video. So to start this out, I will just do a little bit of a recap about the Hawaii video. Basically, since June of 2020, after being in private practice for 3 years, I have been doing traveling work. So working in different places, filling in at hospitals who need more help or don't have an OBGYN or they're down an OBGYN. I worked for 2 months in Maui over the summer where I was filling in for someone who was on maternity leave, just taking care of her patients, seeing gynecology patients and pregnant patients, delivering babies at the hospital there, all kinds of stuff. And then after that, I came back to Texas and we have been living near Austin and I've been taking shifts at the hospitals here. And this has been like the biggest COVID spike in August and September that I've seen with really, really sick COVID patients who are pregnant. And that keeps me busy enough. We have wanted to move to New Zealand since the first time we went there in 2011. I love New Zealand. My husband loves New Zealand. We just fell in love with it the first time we went. We fell in love with the culture and the pace of life and the beautiful scenery, just everything. We went back in 2018 and took our kids and we rented an RV and did a trip around the South Island, lots of hiking and fun, and it was just beautiful. We started trying to move to New Zealand as a temporary thing, not permanently, in 2017 when I was getting out of residency. But at the time, because of the way that medical licensing works, basically when we get out of OBGYN residency, we take a written board exam and then we are board eligible for the first couple of years that we're in practice. After those years, we collect a bunch of cases, so tons of patients that we've taken care of over the past year. We put them on a list, we write out how we took care of them, any medications we prescribed, surgeries, deliveries, everything, very detailed. After we make that list, we take it to the board of OBGYN and we present it to them, and then they grill us on an oral board exam, question after question after question about our management, if we took good care of these patients, everything. And then if we pass that, we are board certified. I couldn't go to New Zealand as a consultant level physician, which is basically an attending physician here, which is what I already was, until I had my oral board certification finished. And I didn't want to go to New Zealand and have to continue my training when I could have been done with training and in private practice here. So we decided not to go immediately after residency. But we knew as soon as I got my board certification that we really wanted to continue trying to go there. So starting in probably November or December of 2020, I started applying for jobs in New Zealand. And I didn't get any interviews or anything. They were really not offering a lot of jobs to foreign doctors at the time because of COVID and their borders being closed and all of that. It was just complicated. But finally in March, I got an interview. So I interviewed with the hospital that I'm going to in March, and it went really well. And I thought, I think these people might actually offer me a job. And then I started panicking, like, oh my God, are we actually going to do this? And sure enough, they offered me a job. They asked us to come in August, but we were going to Maui for June and July, and we knew we wouldn't be back until a week or two into August. And so I didn't think that that was practical, that we could move our whole family across the world in a pandemic a week after getting back from spending 2 months in Hawaii working there. So we decided to push that back to September, and then I started applying for my medical license. My medical license transfers relatively easily, but it's tons of paperwork. So I don't have to take any other tests or do any other training, but it's a lot of paperwork. Like every patient that I saw in residency, at all the hospitals that I've worked at, all the tests that I've taken and scores, just so much paperwork, things that I haven't thought about in years that I had to find information about and like proof that I passed and things like that. So I had to do all of that. So we got that going. I finally got my medical license, but that didn't come through until the end of, or middle, I guess, of October. So obviously we had to push the date back from September. They had their borders closed at some point during that. They went on lockdown because of COVID, and I think that slowed the process down a little bit. So after I got my medical license, then we had to apply for visas. When we apply for visas, I apply as a critical healthcare worker, because that's the reason I'm going there, is because they need help at that hospital. They don't have enough doctors. They have a shortage of OBGYN. So that's what's prompting them to hire someone from out of the country. And so I applied for a critical healthcare visa, and I can attach my family to it, anybody that lives in my house with me. So we applied for that, and it has taken way longer than expected to come through, but it has finally come through, like literally 10 minutes ago. And I am still processing. I'm really anxious. Obviously, this is what we want to do. It's really exciting, but it is a little bit overwhelming. And it's a little sad to leave our family, because we live really close to my mom right now. We really enjoy going to see her and hanging out with her. And obviously my kids really love being around her, but we want to do this. Our kids want to do this. They're really thrilled. They're a little nervous about starting school there, but they're going to do awesome. They're just nervous about, being the new kids, because they've been homeschooled since March of 2020 when schools initially shut down after COVID. So just a little bit of nerves there, but they'll be fine. And then now that we have our visas, we have to apply for an emergency spot in MIQ. MIQ is Managed Isolation and Quarantine, and it's their quarantine that's in a guarded hotel. So it's a very strict, lockdown quarantine. You fly into the country, they take you to a hotel, you don't even know where you're going when you get there. They just pick you somewhere. And then our whole family of 6, my kids are 8, 5, and 3, has to stay in quarantine for 2 weeks with multiple COVID tests. Actually, they just decreased it to 1 week, and I think we'll be going after it drops down. So that's really good, because I was really worried about having my kids locked in a hotel room for 14 days. They are wild, and I want them to be able to touch grass freely, but we'll make it through if not. Anyway, we have to apply for that. It's been very difficult for people to get spots in MIQ to go to New Zealand, even people who are citizens and trying to get back after going to visit very sick family members or leaving for whatever reason. It's very hard to get a spot. It's a little bit of a terrible process. I think they've done an excellent job with handling the pandemic, but I can definitely understand why New Zealanders are frustrated if they're trying to get back in the country. Because I am going to fill a critical healthcare shortage, and because it's a pandemic, and because they just opened up some extra spots for healthcare workers, I think we will hopefully get lucky and get a spot pretty soon, or at least the hospital seems to think that we will. But we will see. So that's what we are doing today. We just applied for MIQ, and I will let y'all know if and when that comes through. Obviously, some of you know that we have our travel channel where I will occasionally throw up a vlog or something, really just because I like making them. It's fun for me. I like going through the process, and it's makes me use my creative brain just a little bit. Plus, I like them for documentation purposes. I don't have a lot of time to make them, so I don't post there very often, but it exists. I'll link it below. It's Jones Traveling Circus. But we also have our Instagram, Jones Traveling Circus, where we just talk about anything related to travel or moving or whatever we're doing. So if you want to follow along for the move, I'm sure we will be posting lots of stuff about the process there. As it stands now, I think we will be leaving in about 2 weeks, and that made me really anxious and a little bit emotional to say. I'm still processing the idea of moving all the way around the world and not knowing anyone and taking our kids there, and y'all just wish us luck, because it's a little bit scary. It's really exciting. We're very happy, but it's a little bit scary. And yeah.
Update, we are here in New Zealand. We made it here on the 21st of November, and we got out of our quarantine a few days ago, and things are going well. We have had trouble with internet connectivity, and life's been a little crazy, so sorry for the absence of uploads, but we should now be back to regularly scheduled Monday updates, and maybe tomorrow. Let's go with tomorrow. Regularly scheduled updates starting tomorrow.
So that's where we are and what we're doing. The healthcare system there is a little bit different. I will be doing only or a lot more procedural and surgical GYN, because their GPs, general practitioners, take care of pap smears and birth control and all of that, and they refer out for problematic GYN things that need higher level care. And then I will only be doing more high risk obstetrics, because they have a midwifery system that covers most of the prenatal and obstetric care. So that will be how it's a little bit different. The pay is significantly less than it is here, but that's fine. We're willing to do that because we really want to go there, because they really need healthcare workers, and because the lifestyle is quite a bit better just as far as a balanced life, so I hear. And I hope that it's a smooth move, and I'll try to update you all as much as possible. If you have any questions, let me know. A common question is, how long are we staying? We're not really sure. It's a permanent position, but they know we probably won't stay forever. Probably a year or two. We really want the kids really want to go back to normal school instead of homeschool. And so we want them to be able to finish out a couple of school years there, or at least one. Their school year starts in January. So hopefully we will get there, get out of quarantine, get settled, and the kids will be able to start school at the normal time. And yeah, we'll see. To be determined how long we stay there. And I hope that it goes well. Anyway, I hope that was a video that you don't regret watching. I know when I make these, it's a little split. Some people just want me to do all the normal medical content. Some people want to know a little bit more about what's going on in our life. And I kind of like sitting down to have these just chat with me videos. I've been wanting to start a podcast, so maybe once we get settled in New Zealand, I'll find an hour or two a week that I can make a podcast. So if you have any ideas for that, or things you would like to include, or what you'd like to see on that, definitely let me know, and I will end it here. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If you are new and you'd like to subscribe, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you never miss an upload, and I will see you next Monday. Also, if my content is a little sparse or not coming on time or gone completely over the next 3 to 4 weeks while I move my entire family across the world in a pandemic, please be patient with us. Thank you.